Hi there, I'm out with my Hw40 air pistol today. My daughter was practicing air pistol shooting for Pony Club triathlon, and I started off showing her how to shoot with the CO2 pistols I had, but we found with those they had far too heavy a trigger pull for a, I mean they're just plinking pistols, the CO2 ones really anyway, and so we wanted something with a much lighter trigger. This isn't a competition gun or anything, it's a two-stage trigger, non-adjustable on this one, and it's quite a light gun. 778 grams on these scales anyway, so it would be pretty close to that. The air pistol doesn't come in a hard case or anything, it just came in this cardboard box, just like that, with an instruction manual in several different languages. Shows you the other Virak air pistol models you can get. That's a nice looking gun. That's quite a heavy gun without a scope. It must weigh quite a lot with that scope on top as well. It's a polymer frame. It's a little bit front heavy. It's got quite a small pistol grip on it, which is quite good for a children's size hand to fit around it. It feels slightly small in my hand, but good for small hands. It's got an automatic safety, so as soon as you've cocked and loaded it, closed it up, safety catch comes on. Got fibre optic sights. I know in target pistol shooting you're not allowed fibre optic sights or white dots on the sights, but it's fine as something to practice with. To load it, you've got a sort of pretend hammer on the back, which is actually the catch to open the top lever. You pull that all the way forward. You make sure you pull it all the way forward so you get the maximum amount of pressure in the cylinder, and then you put a pellet in the end of the barrel then, well in the breech of the barrel, and then press it back, press down, watching your fingers as you press the thing down because you could catch them in there. So the catch has automatically come on now, safety catch, so you just flick that off. You can dry fire a pre-charged pneumatic, so that's fine. I don't think it's sort of a replica of anything really. It's got a bit of a look of a Desert Eagle, I suppose, but I don't think it tries to copy anything so much. It's just a target air pistol for the purpose. So it's not really a replica, but I think there are actually replicas of this air pistol that you can get, which are a cheaper version of the same thing. I can't remember what the models are called now, but some of them go under the name of Beeman. I'm not quite sure who makes those. Maybe Virak just licensed them out or whatever, but you can get the same looking pistol for about £80. I don't know if there's a difference in quality between them or what. But this is the proper Virak one, and Virak guns tend to be very good quality, so I've had a few of them and they're very well made. If I wasn't going to buy this one, I was going to try and get a Gamma Compact, because I know they're very good for target shooting as a sort of training pistol. I've mainly been shooting dome pellets lately with air rifles, so I haven't really experimented with the flatheads, or the wad cutters you can call them, like these with the flathead. These are RWS Hobby. I've had a few shots with these pellets already, and I don't find these ones as accurate as the domed Air Arms Diablo, which I've got loads of already. And these RWS Hobbies, when you load them, they don't seem to fit in the breech very nicely either. When you press them in, they don't seat all the way in properly, but you know, they fire okay. I'm just going to use the Air Arms pellets today to shoot in the gun. I find them a little bit more accurate and they fit in the breech better as well, until I find some better wad cutter pellets. I'm at 10 meters here, so I'll have a few practice shots on the cans just to get used to the gun again. These fibre optic sights are great though, they really stand out. I'll do a few single-handed shots in a minute. My hand goes a bit shaky with one hand, but I'll see how I get on now. Missed. A couple of misses there. I'll have a few shots at the paper target, I think, see where the pellets are going. 10 metres, that black dot on the paper target looks pretty tiny to me. It's, 10 metres might not seem like far, but with an air pistol, to shoot it accurately, it's not easy. That wasn't too bad, it's just inside the black circle there. Do a few single-handed shots, see how bad it is. Also, I'll shoot it off a bench rest after and see how tightly it groups then. I could have got a pre-charged air pistol, but they're a bit more expensive. I have got an air tank, but I don't want to be messing around with thinking about shot count and things like that. So this is all self-contained, so it's easier to use. And if you have a pre-charged entry-level air pistol, I doubt whether it's going to be regulated, so you're going to have variation in your power as you're shooting as well. So that'll make you shoot high or low depending on what the pressure's like. With this, it should be the same pressure every time you cock and load the gun. So that's the first target of the day. I'm quite happy with that. I got most of them in the black circle, which is pretty good for me at one hand, 10 metres. I've obviously got a few that are way out where I started getting used to the gun. That's not a bad grouping to start with. I've put a fresh target up now. I'll try a few more shots, see if I can get them all in the black this time. It's a pretty accurate gun though. Having a light trigger does make a huge difference. When my daughter was shooting the air pistol before, well, she found this one easy enough to shoot, but we were shooting the Hw40 CP88 before that, and she's got quite small hands, and she was actually struggling to actually pull the trigger on the thing. So your accuracy is going to be quite bad then. I don't know what the trigger pull is on this, but I can see why you'd want to go lighter and lighter with the trigger pull. I'd quite happily go lighter again than this. Seems to be on target with the front sight just covering the bullseye, with it level with the rear sights. The front sight isn't adjustable on this gun, the rear sight is adjustable for windage and elevation. So I've had a bit of a tinker with that, and I think that's in the right place now anyway. Just got a screw on top of the rear sight for the elevation, and then the windage, just a screw on the side. So that's the second target. Got one right on the bullseye and a few around it. I think my first target was actually slightly better though with the grouping. It's difficult to see on the black target where the pellets are actually going. But if I can't see where any of the shots are going, they're all going in the black. Let's take a look at the target. Yeah, they're all in the black. I've got 2 there, 3 there. Yeah, that wasn't the most comfortable position to shoot in. Crouching down there, not even kneeling properly. So you could probably tighten the group up again if you were sat on a proper bench with it on a bag. But I'm not going to set all that up today. You can pretty much see what the gun can do. With it being pre-charged pneumatic, it's totally recoilless, so unlike a spring gun where you get a slight jolt when the spring goes off, there's no movement in this gun whatsoever when you pull the trigger. So that does help your accuracy again. Another thing to note with this air pistol, it does have a rail on top, so you can mount a small red dot sight or a little air pistol scope even, if you wanted to fine-tune your accuracy a bit more. Just for fun, I've set myself a little challenge now. I'm going to try and hit a Coke can at 20 metres. Got one can set up just on the shelf there. Give it a bit more front sight, I think. No. To try and work out where it's going. There we are, 2 shots, not too bad. Well, that went quite well at 20 metres, 2 shots, hit the can, and they didn't drop much at that range, so I thought why not try it at 30 metres. I'll have to use 2 hands this time though, I think. I'm going to be a bit shaky at that distance. Well, I'll see if I can hit it anyway. Do a bit of grass windage test. It's pretty still at the moment. I think I just caught the right time with the wind dropped then. The breeze has been right to left mainly, but wow, there you have it. 30 metres. Knocked a can down no problem. Now then, I'm at my usual 35-yard range now with my shooting benches where I usually shoot air rifles. So 35 yards is roughly, I don't know, 32 or 33 metres. So slightly further again. I'm cheating now, aren't I? Unbelievable. I never thought I'd be able to hit something at that range with the air pistol. Oh, it's down, isn't it? One shot. Well, it's on its side now, I'll never hit it on its side. Can't quite work out whether it's dropping in front or behind the target. Saw that one go over the top. Just catch the light of the pellet sometimes. I might leave it there. I've flown off now anyway. As you can see there, you need to extend your arm right out to get the sights closed in. If you hold it up like that, or closer to you, then the gap is greater between the rear sight and the front sight. So you want to have it extended out properly. It's just as well I was using the round head pellets in the end, trying at longer distances, because you wouldn't get the same accuracy with the flathead pellets at long range. So that just wouldn't happen. But, the air arms pellets have done the job nicely there. So I think the flathead pellets, you know, they're supposed to be more accurate, but at close range. So that was the Viroc Hw40. I enjoyed shooting that then, especially that I caught some of those shots on camera. So thanks for watching, see you in the next one.